Good morning, everybody. We're on to grade 7 mathematics, and today we'll be looking at algebraic removing of brackets. We've started this topic, and we'll go to our reference textbook, which is the New General Mathematics for JS1, and then we would look at exercise 15E. So let's go to exercise 15E and see what that has to offer us. Exercise 15E. Okay. Now in exercise 15E, you will discover that there are two methods of solving these questions. If you look at question 1, of solving this question, you have 9 plus 7 minus 3. 9 plus 7, bracket open 7 minus 3. Now, method 1 would involve you taking care of this bracket first, and that will become 9 plus 4, and that will be 13. And method 2 would involve you opening up the brackets. So this will be 9 plus 7 minus 3. So this will be what? 16 minus 3, and the answer will still be 13. The reason why this is shown to you is that we want to help you understand that there are two ways you can solve this question and arrive at the same answer. Both ways are correct, and whichever one you use, you will not be penalized. Do you get it? So that's for question 1. So let's see us try question 2 to question 10 with the same method. We'll just give ourselves 5 minutes. If you've done that before, just... All right. Okay, so let's go to question 2. We have 3 plus 7 plus 2. So this will be equal to 3 plus 9, which will be 12, or it will be equal to 3 plus 7 plus 2. And that will give me what? 10 plus 2, which will be equal to 12. You see that the answer you get is the same. I think there's something I forgot to mention when we started this exercise. Notice that what is before the bracket is what? Positive. If you have a positive multiplying the brackets, the content remains the same. If you have a positive multiplying the brackets, the content remains the same. The content will remain the same. The content will remain the same. So please, let's take note of that. I should have mentioned that earlier. Now for question 3, we have that 13 plus 6 plus 2. That will give you 13 plus 8, which will be 21, or 13 plus 6 plus 2, which will be equal to 13, which will be equal to 19 plus 2, and that is 21. You discover that the answer will be the same. Question 4, you have 3 plus 9 minus 4. That will give you 3 plus 5, and that will be 8. Or 3 plus 9 minus 4, which will be 12 minus 4, and that will be 8. So that's for question 4. Question 5. In question 5, you're going to have 6 plus 4 minus 2. What will this give you? This will give you 6 plus 2, and that will be 8. Then this will give me or 6 plus 4 minus 2, which will give me 10 minus 2, and that will also be 8. So take note of something. With whatever be the method you're using, the end result will essentially be the same. The end result will essentially be the same. But it's important that you know how to use both methods. It's important that you should know how to use both methods. Okay, please just hold on 1 minute. All right, so that's for question 5. Let's go to question 6. In question 6, what do we have? We have 7 plus 13 plus 9. What does that give you? 7 plus 21, which is 22, sorry. Whenever you add two odd numbers, you must get even. And that will give you 29, which invariably we can also solve with, say, 7 plus 13 plus what? 9, which will be 20 plus what? 9, and that will also be 29. So whichever approach you're using, you will get the same answer. Let's go to question 7. In question 7, we have 3 plus 8 minus 2. This will give me 3 plus 6, which is 9, or this will give me what? 3 plus 8 minus 2, which will be 11 minus 2, and that's also 9. See that whatever the approach you're using, you get the same answer. Question 8, this is 3 plus 2 minus 8. So this will give you 3 minus 6. I hope you know 2 is what? Less than 8. So if I'm subtracting, I'm going to get a negative as my answer. So that will give me what? Negative 3 as my final answer. The idea is that for you to have come into this, you should have done directed numbers. So your knowledge of directed numbers, that whole numbers can be positive or negative. Right, that said, or you simply do 3 plus 2 minus 8. This will now be what? 5 minus 8, which will be what? Negative 3. So question 9, maybe we should go to another part of the board to do question 9. For question 9, you're going to have 4 plus 3 minus 11. So you can do this first. That will be 4 minus 8. Now look at this. 3 minus 8, normally you can't do that. But we know that 11 minus 3 is 8. So it means that if the negative is bigger, my answer will be what? Negative. And as such, this will be giving me what? Negative 4. Now, we can also use another approach of saying 4, or we can say 4 plus 3 minus 11, which will be equal to 7 minus 11. And that will be what? Negative 4 also. Number 10. In question 10, 5 plus 2 minus 11. 5 plus 2 minus 10. Okay? So this will give me 5 plus 2 minus 10 is the same as saying 10 minus 2, but it will be what? Negative. But it will be what? Negative. And that will be what? 5 minus 8. 5 minus 8. And that will give you what? Negative 3. So, or you can have that 5 plus 2 minus 10, which will now be what? 7 minus 10, and that will be what? Negative 3. So the answer becomes what? Negative 3. All right. So please, you would have observed that the exercise required that you solve using both methods. The exercise required that you solve using what? Both what? Methods. Okay, so by the time we go to the next exercise, The next exercise now, we would now use any of the methods to solve. In exercise 15F, we use any method to solve, but you need to also be sensitive to which method will get your answer faster. So let's clean up and move on to the next one. Okay, so let's go to exercise 15F. Number 1, A plus B plus C in bracket. Now remember we said that once that bracket is there, the bracket plus means that keep the bracket, keep the content as it is. So this will be what? A plus B plus C. That settles that. Question B. It says, question 2, A plus B plus C. This will be what? A plus B plus C. Question 3, A plus B plus C. This will be minus C. This will be what? A plus B minus C. It doesn't affect the bracket. It just keeps the bracket as it is. Question 4, A plus 3B minus 2C. That will be what? A plus 3B minus 2C. Question 5, 2A plus B minus 4C. It will be what? 2A plus B minus 4C. Question 6, A minus 5B brackets minus 5C. That will be A minus 5B minus 5C. Question 7, A plus B plus C plus D. Notice the brackets can leave without anything happening. This will be A plus B plus C plus D. I don't want you to say, but these ones are so cheap. Yes, they're so cheap, but you really need to be observant to where we are heading to. A minus B plus C minus D. And that will give you A minus B plus C minus D. Question 9 is what? A plus B minus C minus D. This will be A plus B minus C minus D. Question 10, 7A plus 2B minus C minus 3D will be equal to what? 7A plus 2B minus C minus 3D. Question 11, 5A plus B plus 3C minus 3D. The brackets will leave again, or the bracket will leave again to become what? 5A plus B plus 3C minus 3D. Question 11 and 12 will be 6A minus B plus C minus 4D. What would that give you? This will give you 6A minus B plus C minus 4D. Okay, so that's for that exercise. So that's for exercise 15F. Any issues? I guess that was quite simple. Can I get the response? I guess that was quite easy for us to handle. So I will wipe off now and go straight to the other one. So I'll give you a minute or two to check whether the answers you got were in order, and after that, we'll move to the next one. Okay, so let's go to the next. I guess that will mean that we all got it. Is that not? Okay, let me just clean this first one. So we go to exercise 15G. Now the real work starts. The real work will begin now. Exercise 15G. So number 1, A plus A minus B. First of all, you know the bracket will leave. So your next line will be A plus A minus B. A can add to A. So your answer becomes 2A plus 2A minus B. So that's for question 1. Is that clear? You're writing the exercise for again. If I talk to the next page and do the correcting, you're just looking at the whole thing we are doing. Not making a concept. Is it A squared? It's A plus A. I hope you know that what it means is that this A plus A means one orange or one apple plus another apple. So that will give you what? 2A. All right. All right. Please take note of that correction. Take note of that. Question 2. What is question 2 looking like? This is where all the ideas we've gathered now will begin to play out. A plus 7 plus 5. This will be A plus 7 plus 5, which will mean A, these terms are like, plus what? 12. Question 3. 6x plus 3 minus x. This will now be 6x plus 3 minus x. Prior to now, examiners will tell you collect like terms, but I've also tried to begin to break away from that and tell you to work directly. This is positive, this is negative. So 6 minus 1 will give me what? 5x plus 3. Are we seeing that? Now question 4. In question 4, we have 4m plus 5m brackets minus 3m. So this will give me 4m plus 5n minus 3n. These two can subtract, and this will be 4m plus what? 2n. So please check your work, check your work, check your work, check your work. Everything we have learned so far, we are going to be applying them now. Just like when you were learning how to play for those of us who learned how to play the piano, you first be taught what is called tonic solfa, and after that, your next responsibility will now be to try to make tunes. Then after that, you try to back up a song. We call it accompaniment. So now you are accompanying the problems. All right, so let's go to question 5. In question 5, we have 6a plus bracket open 3a minus 2b. So that will be what? 6a plus 3a minus 2b. So it's covered that these terms can be added. I'm going to have what? 9a minus 2b. So let's go to question 6. In question 6, you have 3a plus 8b plus 8a. So what would this give you? This will give me 3a plus 8b plus 8a. So you discover that I can add these two. I'm proud to know, like I've always said, I used to use you collect like terms or whatever, but I discovered that it's not helping students. So look at it and get out the things by just looking at it. And that will give you what? 11a plus what? 8b. Question 7. In question 7, we have 2 plus 5a minus 9. So what would this give you? This will give me 2 plus 5a minus 9. So let's look at this. Those are the two like terms you have. So that will be what? 2 minus 9 will give me negative 7 plus 5a. Here we have a fourth line. We have to rewrite. We have to rewrite that. And that will be what? 5a minus 7. Now, this is a new thing you need to take note of. It is best to ensure you don't have a negative number before writing a positive. So, keep positive before negative. Just an added information to what you've been taught so far. Now, question 8. In question 8, we have 4x minus 5y plus 11y. This in brackets will now be equal to 4x minus 5y plus 11y. Now, this I was your concern with. This, I hope you know that this means 11 minus 5y. 11y minus 5y. So that will give you 4x plus 6y. This one means remove 5 things from 11 things available. So please, let's not get too used to, oh, it has to be 11 minus 5. 11 minus 5 can also be written as minus 5 plus 11. From 11, remove 5. Remove 5 things from 11 things. So the order should not confuse you. All right, so that takes care of that for question 8. So let's continue. Question 9. In question 9, you have 2p minus 6q minus q. So this will be 2p minus 6q minus q. Now let's look at this. I know before now you have been told that if you have two positive numbers, you add them, you get your answer. Is that not? But I'm going to introduce to you something a little up than that. If the signs are the same, you are adding. If the signs are different, you are subtracting. So if you look at this, the signs are the same. This is negative, this is negative. So what do? You add them. So your answer becomes what? 2p minus what? 7q. If that is not clear, let me go in another pattern. I need to give somebody 6 pencils. And I also need to give another person 1 pencil. How many pencils am I giving out? Obviously, it is 7. 6 plus 1 gives me what? 7. Right, so we'll go to question 10. In question 10, you have 3a plus 2 plus 5a plus 9. What does that give you? You open it up, this will be 3a plus 2 plus 5a plus 9. All right, so this is what you have. You add this to this, I add this to this. So this will give you what? 8a plus 11. You add this to this, I add this to this. Remember that I have not used the concept of collecting like terms. Hey, I am deliberately not doing that because I want to also teach your mind to be able to handle randomness. So question 11. We have 7 plus 3n plus 1 minus n. This will be equal to what? 7 plus 3n, removing the brackets, plus 1 minus n. I will add this to this. Then watch the relationship between these three. So let's continue with question 12. With question 12. Um, 2x plus 4 plus 1 minus n. This will be 2x plus 4 plus 1 minus n. This will go with 2x, is that 1? Sorry, 1 minus x. Sorry, this is x. So this will go with this and this will go with this. So 2x minus x. 2x minus x will give me what? X. 4 plus 1 will give me 5. 13. X minus 3y plus x minus 3y. Now there are two ways to solve this question. This question, to a large extent, will test your ability to be very observant. If you're very observant, you discover that the content here is the same as the content here. Is that not? So method 1 will be to say 2 into x minus 3y, which will now give me what? 2x minus 6y. But maybe because we have not gotten to that yet, let's do another method. So the right method as of now will be this: x minus 3y plus x minus 3y. Are you seeing that? So this will add up to this, and this will add up to this. The signs are the same. Why this will be 2x as a positive, this will be negative 6y because of the signs. All right. So let's look at question 14. In question 14, you are told that 12a minus 7 plus 4 minus 5a. That's what we are told to look for. So what does that give you? What does that give you? This will be 12a minus 7 plus 4 minus 5a. This will go with this, and this will go with this. So what does that give you? That will give me 12a minus 5a, which will give me 7a. Negative 7 plus 4. Negative is higher, so that will give me negative 3 as my answer. And we go to question 15. In question 15, the last question for that exercise, it is 3x minus 4y plus 5x minus 8y. So this will give me 3x plus 5x plus minus 4y plus 5x minus 8y. So this will go with this, and this will go with this. So 3 plus 5 will give me 8x. And these signs are both negative, so it will be negative what? 12y. They are the same signs, so we would add them. So we're done with 15. We are done with 15F and 15G. So I've done E, F, and G. Wonderful. So you may want to clap for yourself for the wonderful exercise you have done. All right. All right. So we're going to be removing negative signs before a bracket. All right. Look at question 1. You have 9 minus 7. Yes, you can do that. Now, one where each method is most appropriate. Now, if you look at action here, and that will be 4. So that will be equal to 5. Alternatively, you can do this. Now, what negative essentially does to the bracket is that it changes the content. So this will be 9. It will change this positive to negative, and it will change this negative to positive. I seen that. So this will now be equal to what? 6 plus 3, which will also give you, what did I do? Sorry, that will be 2, because 9 minus 7 is 2 plus 3, and that will give me what? 5. Is that clear? All right, that's for question 1. So let's look at question 2. In question 2, you are told that 9 minus 5 plus 2. So you can, method 1, say 9 minus, add this content, and that will be 7. Our answer will become what? 2. Or you can say 9, this will change to negative, and this will also change to negative. That's what the negative before the bracket does. It will change the content. So this will now give me what? 4 minus 2, which will give me 2. Question 3. In question 3, we have 16 minus 4 minus 1. So what would that give you? This will give you 16 minus what? 3. Because 4 minus 1 is 3. And that will mean that the answer is what? 13. Or you can have 16 minus 4 plus 1. The content will change. And that will give us what? 14, rather 12 plus 1. 16 minus 4 is 12 plus 1, and that will give us what? 13. I seen that. Question 4. In question 4, you have 24 minus 15 plus 8 in brackets. So what happens here? This will be equal to 24 minus 23, and that is 1. Or you can have 24 minus 15 minus 8. 24 minus 15 will give you what? 9 minus 8, and that is what? 1. I see the process now. Good. So question 5. Let's look at question 5. In question 5, you have 12 minus 9 minus 5, which will be 12 minus 4, because 9 minus 5 is 4, and that will give us 8. Or you can go in this direction, 12 minus 9 plus. This will change to negative because there's a negative before the bracket. This will become negative and this will become what? Positive. And that will give you what? 12 minus 9 will give me 3 plus 5, and that will be what? 8. Question 6. That will be 15 minus 10 plus 2. What would that be? This will be 15 minus 4. 12, and that will give, this will be 15. So that will give me what? It will give me what? 5 minus 2, and that will be what? 3. Question 7. 11 minus 2 minus 1. This will be equal to what? 11 minus 1. How? 11 minus 1 will give me what? 10. Or this will be what? 11 minus 2. And this one will change to what? Plus 1. Are we seeing that? The negative will change this to negative. I will change this to what? Positive. So that will give me what? 10. 9 plus 1, and that will be what? 10. Question 8. In question 8, you have 4 minus 6 plus 3. What does that give you? That will give you 4 minus 9, which will be what? Minus 5. 9 is bigger than 4, and it is negative. So what does that mean? 9 minus 4 is 5, but because the negative is bigger than the positive, the answer must be negative. Or you can go with another method. 4 minus 6 minus 3. Why? Because the negative will change this content to both what? Negative. So that will give you negative 2, because 4 minus 6 is negative 2 minus 3. And that will give you negative 5. So that's for question 8. That's for question 8. What happens in question 9? In question 9, you're going to have 5 minus 14 minus 5. What would that be? This will be 5 minus 9. 14 minus 5 is 9, and that will be equal to, minus 4. So, or this will be what? 5 minus 14 plus 5. So here I'm going to change the method. I can now choose to add these two first. 10 what? Minus 14. Please notice that there, I don't want to train you to get used to that. This is how it must be. No, because we're all unique, and when it comes to the solving questions in the exam or in life, most important is that you have a solution for it. So I will not restrict you to a particular method. I've stopped doing that. I want to see you try methods out. All right. So that will give me what? Negative 4. That will be what? Negative 4. Okay. So the last question here will be question 10. And in question 10, we have that 8 minus 2 plus 6. 8 minus 2 plus 6. This will give me what? 8 minus 8, which will be 0. Or I can take it to be what? 8 minus 2 minus 6, because the negative will change all of these, or these two to what? Negative. So that will be what? 6 minus 6, and that will be what? 0. Are you seeing that? So that will be what? 0. Okay, so That settles that for exercise 15H. And I want to trust that then exercise 15I, 15J. Okay, so just to give you a little heads on, I will just maybe look at one, just a little tip of what you have to do in exercise 15I. So if you look at question 1, you are told that A minus B plus C. You discover that in this one, it is the second method that will work because these letters are different. So this will be what? A minus B minus C. And this is what the final answer will be. So you see that the methods, there are two methods, but you must know which method will work per the question. There are questions where if you use method 1, you'll be wasting your time. Because if you look at this now, the terms in here are different. So your answer must be spread out. So you have to use method 2, which involves you opening up the brackets. Is that clear? All right, we'll pause here for any question.